are going to see today bins. Have you heard about bins before? Like, do you have any idea what is bins and all? No? Okay, I'll let you know like what is bin. Basically, bins means a grouping of number. That means suppose I'll tell you sales, right? So these are the sales. So we have a continuous value in sales, correct? Let me let's say I tell you to find out. Maybe I just wanted to see the data 0 to 2000 sales, in which I'm getting 0 to 2 percentage of sales, maybe from what 0 to 200 2000, and then 2k to 4000, from 4k to 6000. Getting it? So like that, this is nothing but slabs, or this, is what grouping. We're grouping these numbers together, right? We are forming a group. So that is nothing but bins in Tableau, as well as in even if you say in this thing, data science thing, if they ask you anything about bins is nothing but grouping of numbers. Okay? So bins are created only for measures. So how can we create a bins? Let's go for and find out. Let's say I wanted to find out the same thing we need to find out. Let's say percentage sales. Okay, percentage of sales for slabs. I told you, right? What do you mean by slab? Let's say 1 to, I want to see 2000, and then let's say 2001 to, I want to see 4000, and maybe 4000. 1 to, I want to 6000. It's like I am giving the slabs, and these are the slabs for me. So these are the what? Bins. So I wanted to create a bins. Okay, this is the data. So bins only create in which thing? In measures. So let's say I wanted to find percentage of sales with respect to maybe we can say ship mode. Let's take ship mode, okay? Or instead of just don't take ship mode, just create a bins. So we want to create a bins. So we have measure. So what is the measure we have? I'm using currently here. So sales. You need to go to the sales and just click on this drop down button. You see this option create. So you have seen where like using this option create, we have used this calculated field as well. So third option is nothing but bins. So you have to click on bins. Okay, so I'm going to keep the name as it is, like sales of bin. Here I want to tell them the size. So by default Tableau have chosen 146, but again it's totally up to you how many slabs you wanted to suggest them. So let's say I want 2000 bin, right? It has to be start with 2001 to 2000. My first slab is like 2000, and then again 2000, and then again 2000, correct? So that's why I'm putting your. So now if I put okay, so you see the sales bin have been created, but where? In dimension. So why what do you think why it's been created in dimension? Tell me why suddenly it became basically dimension. Because it became now categorical data. So if you click on this is nothing but my bins. It became a categorical data, and if I put sum of sales, then let's okay, I don't want to do I wanted to I want percentage, right? So I will convert this, go into quick table calculation and percent of total. That's it. And now this, maybe you can like this and just press on this thing. Okay, you see, so like 0 to 2000 we have more sales, like 78% of data we have generated in between like 1 to 2000 sales. And then 2000 to 4000, I think we are getting 70% sales, and after that we are like hardly getting something less than 5%. So maximum sales we are generating from which slabs? Correct? Got it, right? From 0 to 2k. Okay. Now, suppose you see here in our superstore data, what else I have worked here. You see in 0 to this thing 1K, I guess around 0 to 2K almost. I have maximum percent of sales I'm getting from this range only. 28% is too much. Now, if I wanted to, analyze more, get into that data more, so I need to, create a bins, maybe 1,000. Like I have created a bins like 0 to 2,000, right? Then I get that's in 0 to 2,000, I have 78% of sales. So I need to dive into this area more. So I'll, cut down my bins, maybe 1,000, more 1,000, or it's totally up to me. So how can I edit my bins again? So you see, we have this, we have created this sales of bin here. So I'll go there and I'll edit. And you see, I have put in 1,000, right? So let's say, 2,000, right? Let's put 1,000 generated. Okay, now again, you able to see. So in 0 to 1,000, I'm getting 55% of sales. Let's say client want to see more. Let's say he wanted to see he wanted to see maybe 0 to 500. In between 0 to 500, how much sales I'm getting in 600 to 2,000, how much sales I'm getting, maybe in the slab of 500. So like what we need to do, we need to go to this thing called sales of, where is the sales of bill here, and we need to edit, correct? All the time I need to do same thing only. Getting it? But what if I give power to user to do this activity by himself without coming back to me and me going back and changing all this thing? Correct? So the bin size, we work here. Like if I wanted to give the power to user, so that power, like we are going to use, and we are going to tell users, you have this power, you can select the size of bin. How? Using parameters. So what is parameter? Have you heard before about parameters? So basically parameters are the tools that we can put in Tableau and view in our dashboard. So basis on person can change a view by himself and analyze the data. Means what? So you have to go in sales of bin. Where is the sales of bin? See here. Here you see create. You see this parameter. So you have to create a parameter for this. And let's say I wanted to create a parameter. Okay, I already created one parameter. Let me just delete it. Okay, break. Where is our sales of bin? Yeah. So here I wanted to go to create and create a parameter. So now I'm going to create a parameter and I'll name that sales bin parameters only, and it will be integer. Yeah. So it has to be integer. Okay, it has to be integer. So I'm going to pick range, because I wanted to I wanted to give the user option to select from one range to 1,000 or something like that. Let's say he can use 1,000 to maybe 100 to he can choose till 2,000, and step size should be 100. So what do you mean by step size? I'll let you know. First, why integer? Because what is the size of my sales? It's an integer, right? 100, 200 and 300. We're letting our user to do that thing, correct? Then minimum should be 100, maximum should be till 2,000. He can raise the bin, and step will be 100. What do you mean by step? I'll let you know. And then if I press OK, and if I just wanted to do, so go here, see here, parameters are built. Click on this drop down and you see the second option, show parameter. See here, sliders is created. Now if I click on this, so I'm taking 100 step. Getting it?
Okay, so I figure out what's the problem exactly I have done. So the problem is
we don't need to create new bin like from here. So I need to click on the edit thing, and from here we need to click on this arrow and create a new bin. Okay, now I can select. So you see the ranges got selected. Now I just wanted to tell them this is the automatic number Tableau is generated. So I wanted maybe minimum will be 100 and maximum should be 1000, let's say. And step is nothing but 100 like this, and press OK. Press OK. I think now sales bin and the sales, or let's say I wanted to see this parameter. So I'll just show parameter now. See, is changing. Working. So I want to do, let's say I want, how to create a bin. Shall I start with how to create a bins? So my bins is created, right? So to create a parameter, so I need to click on this. Let's say just sales of bins, and let's just maybe hide card, and I'm just deleting it. Press OK. Remove. Let's remove this also. So let's create a bin first. So I wanted to create a bin of sales. So I'm going to into sales measure, go to create a bins, and the size I'm creating maybe let's say 1000, and press OK. My sales bin is created as a dimension, and I wanted to put the sales here. I'm just creating it, and let's say just second, I'm just putting maybe calculation, let's say percent of total here. That's it. We have done this. Now I wanted to give access to user and how to create a parameter using bins. So you see sales of bin is here. So I wanted to create a parameter on bins so that I can give a power to user to select their own slabs. So let's say I will right click on sales of bin and go to edit. And then here you see size of bins. I need to click on this drop down button. You see the create new parameter. I'll click on that, new box will pop up. Here onwards I need to tell users. So this 349.588 was the number W is picked up randomly, but again that doesn't mean, like, can you just tell me the minimum is 349 point something something? User cannot understand that. So I'm just giving 100,000 and step is 100. I'm taking a step of 100 and then press OK. And you see the parameter is generated. Now if I click on this and show parameter, the slicer is generated. The slicer is nothing but what? So I can pick my own bins. Let's say I wanted to see the data 200. So I wanted to see the data with 300 slabs, and then 400 and 500 and 600 and 700. You see, so using parameter, we can, give access to users. So we don't need to, go back and edit and do all these things. Okay, you understand this thing? Okay, so create this just within, like, you understand now all the steps. So, okay, do this, and then we'll move forward and we'll see like other ways to use parameters. So we have seen we have seen parameters on bins, and now we are going to see parameter on other or else like other things. Okay, great. Now we are going to see how can we use parameters on different things. Okay, so let's say I wanted to see segment wise sales. So I'm connecting segment and then wise sales. Okay, so I'm getting some information. Let's say segment wise sales here. I'm just moving this type. Okay, now okay, so I show the view, this view to user, or maybe the user come up and say, I don't want you to see segment wise sales. So I wanted to see, category wise sales. So what will be the next step for me to do? So I need to remove this segment, and instead of segment, I'll put, category. Categories up here. Correct? But he come up and he tell me, I don't wanted to see, category wise sale. I wanted to see subcategory wise sale. So again, I wanted to, just remove this and choose the subcategory, and now I can able to see the subcategory wise sales. Correct? So instead of changing again and again manually, so I understand, you understand the question, right? So instead of changing this again and again manually, what if we create a parameter where we give you know, users option that if you wanted to analyze the data, maybe based on category or subcategory of or maybe a segment or shift mode wise, whatever, it's totally up to you. Go to like you select whatever dimension you wanted to pick and select the this thing dimension and get the analysis done. Correct? So for that I'll go and create a parameter. So how can I create now parameter? You see this arrow, drop down arrow here. Click on this. You see the second option, create parameter. We click on that. Now I wanted to give access like dimension selection option, correct? Because what is category, what is subcategory, what is segment and ship mode? Those are what dimensions. So I'm writing the name as dimension selected. Okay. Now, what is the integer type for that? What do you think? So here, the integer type should be string. Why string? Because the options are nothing but text in form, right? The which user are able to see. The segment, I'm not talking about what inside the segment. I'm not talking about what is inside subcategory and what is inside a category or whatnot. So what is this thing? Subcategory, it's text in form, right? So that's why I need to, select the data type as a string, and I need to pick, it's like I don't want it to give user like chance to write something. So I want it in a list form. So you the use like in a drop down list. So now what? In a list, I need to select here the value. So let's say I wanted to see segment. So I'll write, segment here. Okay, it's in caps. I don't want it to write in caps. Segment. So the value is segment and it displays as segment only. And next is I wanted to see category. The value is category and displays as category. And next was subcategory. Subcategory. Again, same. And let's say I wanted to see ship mode as well. So ship space mode. Okay. So so I want to create a list. So I have created a list because why? I doesn't want like the user enter anything over what have we have put the values. So okay, here I like to match the values with whatever the table or title name I have. That's why I'm using the same thing, like the same format. It's not necessary to put the same values in same format. So it's totally up to you. But I prefer to use like this. So you can, go for this, or you can write something else also. Something else, but in different format, maybe everything in caps on like that. And if I press OK, the new parameter is generated, and look at this arrow from click on this drop down arrow and I'll click on this show parameter. You see this parameter is generated now. If I click on subcategory, if I click on ship mode, the parameter is generated, but now what happened? Like it's doesn't working, right? So we haven't like it's just that we only created a parameter. It does not really doing anything in my view. So we need to, okay, let's remove this subcategory and put this dimension selected. 1 second here. So am I getting anything? No, right? Why? Because I have just generated this parameter. I haven't connected with my data yet. So how can we connect using what? Calculated field. So you know how to create a calculated field. Again, you have to and click on this drop down button, and the very first option is nothing but what? Calculated field. So now let's name it as selected dimension. Okay. And now so I'm going to use one formula. Is nothing but the case. Okay. So why when we are going to use case is something. So I'll use multiple, checking condition. When we use case, if I wanted to, use for multiple checking condition, then and then only I'm going to use this what case. So what case does? Case check for multiple condition, whatever value given to return against it, and it will return that value. Okay. So if I write case, I need to select from where I need to pick the values. So from where I need to pick the values? From dimension selected, right? Now, when it's like, have you worked on if else formulas? If else,
Yes.
you worked on that, right? It's like that. So case like this is my dimension selected. When dimension is, uh, okay, one second. When dimension is, let's say, category. When dimension is category, then it should select my column as in my dimension, the proper dimension. So I need to pick the dimension like this here. Okay, because whatever I have written in this parameter, it's in string form. Now I'm creating a connection. Getting it? Again, I can write a one, and string should be what? Subcategory, correct? So I need to choose a category. I thought I have written here segment because here I have segment also, right? That's why. Okay, so yeah. So I need to write again. You have to like very sure about this thing. So if you have given category in which format, so you have to write that same format only. It's like if you have given here like if you have given here like maybe C small, and you're using capital C here, now your data is not connected properly. So you have to very accurate about what string you are using here while creating your parameters. Okay, now
Yes.
I'm putting, let's say, segment. I have created the same way. Then I need to select a segment, and else, because the last condition, else just select maybe category, subcategory. What else remain? Shift mode, right? Yeah. So I need to select shift mode, and then I need to write end as well to let my Tableau know the condition is complete. Now calculation is valid, and I'll do apply. Okay. Okay. So it's applied. So I'll click this selected dimension, whichever calculated field I have created. I'll just select that and put it in my column. And now you see, so it's changing, right? So I'm getting now I'm getting segment wise sales. Now I'm getting category wise sales. Now subcategory wise sales and shape mode wise sales. So this is the best part. So my user can automatically view the value without making multiple views, and in single view my whole work is done. So I don't need to get back and edit all this stuff and just come back to my user and let him again give me some orders. So it's like in one view I'm getting lot of things done. Okay, just like this I can create maybe measures. He wanted to see maybe category wise profit instead of sales. So Again, I need to remove this and pick up the category, maybe pick up the measures, let's say profit, and drop it here. Do I do the same thing again and again? No, right? We have parameters for this. Again, I'm going to, give users to select even measures for himself. So how can he select it? So what should I do? I'm going to click on this arrow and then create what? Yes. And now I'm going to, write maybe measures selected like this. And what should be the data type of measures? Measures will be like profit, sales, and quantity. What do you think? What will be the data type of measures? Okay, what I told you, listen carefully now. Okay, it's like the parameter which you are showing here. You are not going to show 1, 10, or 20 or 50. Then it is considered as an integer. Okay, forget about what inside your field. Inside it has this integer or float, correct? But the name of my parameter is string. So I'm not connecting something from here. I'm just, creating a parameter. So it's string, right? So you're not going to have a drop down of, 100, 200, or 300. If you want to, sales or maybe profit or something like that, it has to be string. So what we are creating this thing. Okay, just know this. These are what categories, right? If I want to do likewise, I have used in beans, we have used parameter right here. Look. So we are showing user what numbers. Then my parameter data type will be what? Integer. Getting it? Get about what inside what that field. I'm not talking about it. What we are going to show user. So that data type we need to write here. Okay. Okay. So don't be confused in these things. Okay. So let's create once again. Did I create or no? The parameter is not created. So I need to create a parameter again, and let's name it out. Name it as selected measure. Oh yeah, measure selected. Measure select state. And now string, right? And now again I need to allow values like list. And what list? It should be profit. Displayed as a profit only, and then sales, displayed as sales only, and then what? Quantity. And it has to be displayed like quantity only. Press enter and then okay. My parameter is generated now here. Measure selector is generated. So now I wanted to, do one thing. Just click on this arrow and show parameter. My parameter is visible. But do you think it is it's connected with my data? So to form a connection, what I need to do? I need to create a calculated field again. And now I'll write maybe selected measure. You can write anything, up to you. But again, you need to understand whatever you're writing, the title should be like, you should understand what title you are using. Okay. Now we have seen this thing, the case, like we have used this case thing, right? For multiple condition. I'm going to work with if else. This again, like if else, you heard right? If else. So even in Tableau, if else. So this again, we use when we have multiple condition checking. So I'll put if. Okay. So I need to select what measures. Measure selected, correct? Equals to what? If it is equals to what? Sales. Sales, right? Then you need to pick. Sale. But now the only problem is not exactly now. The problem is sales is a measure, correct? Sales is not measure. But when you drop things in a view, it has to be aggregated, right? So when we are going to drop sales, it should be sum of sales, isn't it? So we have to write sum and then sales, like this. Clear?
Okay.
Clear, right? Else if, yeah, we can even, yeah, we can. We need to, get more, like dive into that thing more and create a parameter for that also. So we can do that. But again, no one going to ask you that much. Okay. Yeah, but it's a good question again. So now elif, again, I need to, select measures selected equals to what? Maybe profit, correct? So I have used the same thing, right? The spelling of profit, maybe. Okay. What sum of profit? Sum of what? Oh, no, not that.
Okay.
Yeah. Or else choose what? Else sum of, correct? It's done. And I need to write. Okay, then you write something. Okay, here is the mistake. Okay. That's why they are showing so much of error to me. Okay, apply and then press OK. You understand the formula, right? Okay, I'll show you one second. One second. I have created this formula. It's called selected measures, correct? Yeah, here. So I need to, edit it. Yeah, this is the formula. So I need to click on if measure selected is sales, then pick sum of sales. Else if measure selected is profit, and then it should be sum of profit. If not both, then else it should be quantity, that is sum of quantity, and end the discussion here. That's it. So I'll just copy this thing and I'll paste it in my our chat box. So you can just take down from there. And I'm, taking okay. Now I have created this measure and it is connected, and you see, okay, not it's not connected yet because I need to, remove this sum of sales, and I need to pick selected measures here. Okay, I need to pick some selected measures here. Now, if you see, if I wanted to see ship mode wise profit, here we go. I'm able to see the ship mode wise profit and sales and quantity. And I wanted to see maybe segment wise quantity, sales, and then profit, and then subcategory, sales and quantity. And here we go. Ship mode, again, sales and profit. Clear? So the only one problem I'm facing here, let's make it that way. Okay, the only one problem I'm facing here, even if I click on subcategory or even if I click on sales, so only if I know the values inside it, then and then only I can able to tell them or define them. Okay, it's a subcategory wise, maybe sales, because the name is selected measure and selected dimension. Do I even like able to understand this thing? I can, figure it out because I know the values. Yeah, we need to title it out, right? Something. So we don't need to, we just don't need the selected measures. So I'm just going to right click on it and remove this show header thing. And again, I'm going to lightly on this axis, and I'm going to, maybe hide field labels for rows. So this is enough. But again, I need to, tell something to user, like the title should be changeable. So how can you change the title? So you see this option called insert.
Yes.
You have to click on this, and you have these parameters here. So while our parameter, let's say category wise sales, that means dimension wise measure, correct? So I'll click on dimension selected and then space and then wise, and then I am going to again click on insert
Yes.
measure selected and press OK. Now see, it's subcategory wise sales, and here you can see, right? You see the here subcategory wise sales, subcategory wise profit. You understand, right? Okay, so that's the other way to use parameter. So I hope it's clear. Okay. I'll let you know the other thing. How can we use, parameters? I think let's choose country in map. How can we choose use parameter? So this is my country, or this is my state. So I need to find out maybe. So I'm just filtering out my countries. Like I'm filtering out my countries. Let's say I need to pick here, put it here. 1 second. Yeah. So yes, all. Okay. Click on this arrow and show filters. And now I'm going to make it, drop down list. How can I make it single value drop down here, right? Now, if I say go to India, okay. So India is picked, and I wanted to say maybe top three state of India. They are who are giving me, more profit. You understand my question? How can I find out top three states in India who are giving me profit? How can I do that? Simply, I can filter out my state condition, right? So I'll go and maybe filter, apply filter, go to top, by field, top three. How much? Three, right? And category should be sales, right? Sum of sales or sales, and okay. But why my view is, I don't have any view here. Why? I have teach that thing. So I applied two filter in one this thing. So I need to convert and to contacts. Now I'm able to see this. Let's make it make this map as a field map. Now I can able to see. So which okay, let me just put state into this what we call label here, label. Yeah. So Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu are the one who are in top three, and from that state, I am generating more profit. Let's put Afghanistan for that. Okay, do I'm getting anything? Yeah, Herat, Kandahar, and Kabul. Maybe Indonesia. You see, right? For insights you're getting from this data, let's put maybe New Zealand. Okay, so but let's say now my user, maybe the client want to see top five countries or top five state of each country. Again, I need to click on here, edit, go to edit filter and put here what five, and come back here and press OK. Now I can able to see you what. Let's. So this again so here even I'm facing a lot of things here, right? So when I do, I'll click on this. I click on this arrow. I can create a parameter again. Okay. And now my parameter is nothing but maybe top n, correct? Is in integer because I am, telling my users to pick from maybe he wanted to see minimum 1 to at least 10, top 10, correct? That's why I picked the range and the integer. Why I choose a data type as an integer here? So my top n, I'm just going to show parameter here. It's not connected now. So how can I connect it? Okay, again, we have done the same thing, like the same mistake which you have done in beans. That's why I don't, this filter is not working because we don't have any formula to do that. So I'm just putting maybe hide or maybe deleting it. So let's see. So I need to go in this filter, edit filter, and you see this arrow here. I have this create new filter option. So I need to this and then top n. Why I'm choosing n? N means I don't know, right? Don't know the values, right? That's why I've chosen n. N means what?
Yes.
Or something like that. So I'm going to choose minimum 1 and maximum should be 10. That's it. And complete it once again. So I have gone this state. I wanted to, I want top 10 states. So I need to filter into states. So I edit filter and here you see the option called parameter. While you click on this arrow, create a parameter. Here I am going to click on maybe top space n here. And now range is given. So I'm going to give maybe top 10 countries. Maximum how much countries do I able to see? 10 only. So let's put it 1 to 10. Minimum should be 1 and maximum should be 10 and press OK. And then press OK. Here we go. The top n parameter is generated and just I'll do show parameter here. See. So able to see 3, 2, 6, 7. Correct? Anyone picked any? Maybe let's pick Australia and let's pick 4, 2, 1 and lot other things. Clear? Okay, now I hope it's clear, right? So try this out. So yeah, bins are completed and parameters are so we have apply parameter in bins. We have apply parameters in the very important formulas. We will be working while working so that you didn't get confused. Now it is like the condition occurs. That's why I've used in the formulas. So you understand why we use that formula. Getting it? So if I told you everything in one go now, so you'll get confused only.